crafters, I'm glad you're here. I've got something fun today that's a little bit technical, just a teensy bit, but this is something I've designed that really is ideal if you have an iPad and you use Procreate. So let me tell you what I'm talking about here. I have designed, I'm going to open up my Procreate here. I've designed 4 different earring patterns. I have more coming, but I have these 4 right now that are designed to work in Procreate so that you can color and design earrings at just in a snap. So I'm going to go ahead and open one of these up and show you what I've done. Basically, I've made a file for you. It's a PNG file that you can load into Procreate. So the way that you would do that is just bring it into your device as a photo, and then you just hit photo and then upload it into your device. Now I've already done that, so I'm just going to open one of these up. So basically I just have my design here. It's just a single layer. So that right now won't quite work the way you want it to. So if I were to try and draw on this, it would just color over everything I have. So 2 fingers to undo, right? So I've gone ahead and taken that off, and what I'm going to do is I want to add a second layer after I've loaded my PNG. Add a second layer, and now that layer is highlighted. I actually want to bring it underneath the first layer. So do that by touching and holding, and then just bringing it underneath the first layer. And by the way, don't worry about background color. You can just leave that alone and leave it on. Now, I want to go back to my first layer for a minute here, and I want to highlight that, and then when it's highlighted, if you touch it once, it'll bring up some settings. You have one setting to manage. It's called Alpha Lock. Tap on that and it'll turn it on, and if you tap again, you can see it's got a check mark by it. So the Alpha Lock is on. Okay, that's what we want. We're going to go back now to our layer 2, and then we'll just tap anywhere and it'll make that close, but make sure you're on layer 2. Now when I color, anything I do here is only coloring to fill in those beads. So now I can, I'm just going to erase that. Now I can go in and design to my heart's content. So let's just make, I don't know, silly little design here. So we're just designing away. This is what I would say is kind of roughing in my design. Because if you bring it up big, you can see like that, you can't have a half and half bead, right? So you're going to have to decide that this is going to be purple here and maybe the other one's not. But we're not done yet. We're just doing a rough draft, right? So let's grab another color. How about that green? And I don't know, just kind of wrap these little purple dots. So you can see just how quickly I can sort of throw something in, and then you're going to take a little time to detail it maybe. And oh, I don't know, let's throw in a third color here and just add some fun details. That's rather cute. Now all I would do is go back in, bring my design up really big, and then I would just go ahead and figure out what actual color is, like these half and halves. What are they going to be? So to pick up that purple color, I can actually just tap this little box right here and just tap on that color and it picks it up. You can see the dot up here shows what color you're working with. And now I'm going to bring this pen down just a little. By the way, the pen that I'm using is the monoline pen under calligraphy. And that's just an easy one. It has nice clean lines, and you can make it bigger or smaller. So you can rough in really big, and then you can, make it nice and small. Just bring this up or down. I'm a lefty, by the way, which is why my controls are on this side. Yours might be over here. But I can just go now and kind of clean up. Let's see, we'll make those purple. We will pick up that green color and finish these out. So you get the general idea. You can really come in and have some fun designing. And once you have all your beads kind of filled in properly, not half and half, then you can just bring it back out and take a look, and do you like what you see? Bear in mind, these have tiny little gaps in between. So when you get your beads together, they're going to be together. I'll show you an example. So here's just something fun, right? I used this pattern to make this design. So I spent some time designing a pair of earrings here. And after designing them, I used my pattern then to actually create them. And these are the earrings that I made. Just really gorgeous, super shimmery. I used my Yuki Delicas, which I just love working with because I love their symmetry. And they really make these designs just pop. So there you have it. So that's the idea. Basically, you can design your earrings and then go to your workboard and make your earrings. And you can print these and save them and have them forever, and then go and make some more. So I've got a couple of little tricks that work really nicely. In these earrings, you saw how I made them. They were kind of just random, right? Well, what if you actually wanted to have them be exact, the same? You could, well, there's a couple ways you can go. You could just make one earring, just color in one, and then just do the other one the same if you want them exactly the same. But if you wanted them to be mirrored, you can actually use your device to have some fun. So let me just, I'm going to delete that layer 2, and I'm just going to add another layer 2 so we can start fresh. Now I'm going to use some of the settings in the device. So if you come up here to this wrench, open it, it's already on canvas. I'm going to hit this drawing guide, I'm going to turn that on, and then I'm going to come and edit my drawing guide, and I want to use symmetry. I guess it's already selected, so it may not be when you open yours, but symmetry, and then I'm done. Now you can probably see this, there's a little blue line going through here. That has split my canvas exactly in half, and whatever I do on one side, it's going to do on the other. So if I draw in some green here, maybe I want to just make this whole row a green row of beads. Maybe I want to do more of the traditional design where I have sort of a V, you know, and again, you come in afterwards and just clean that up, but you can do your rough and then clean up. Anyways, I'm being a little sloppy, but you get the idea. You can come in and do whatever you want, and whatever you do on one side, it's going to do it on the other side. So, pretty fun, right? Now I've got another little trick. Let me come back to my gallery. I had an earring here where I wanted to make kind of a rose design. So I just roughed in some roses with some alcohol ink pens. All I did was add a layer here. That's a photo. I'm going to hide these two for a minute so you can see that I have just my photo. I just took a picture with my device. Again, you come up to this wrench, go to add, and then you can either insert a file, insert a photo if you already have one, or take a photo. Well, I just clicked on take a photo. I took my photo. When it comes up, it'll be selected, so you can actually go in and move it around. And then I, of course, put it underneath my layers. So I'll turn my layer 1 back on, and then my layer 2. Now the reason I'm sorry, layer 3. The reason I added a third layer is this is the layer that I'm actually going to do the drawing on. And you may note right there that it's assisted. So I decided I wanted these to be exact, or mirrored, symmetrical. So when I draw on this one, it'll draw over here for me. And when I was lining up my picture, so if I come on to layer 2, and you know, I was kind of moving it around. In fact, I kind of like that better right there. Well, once I line up that picture, and again, I'm only lining it up on to worry about this side, because whatever I do here is going to draw over here, if that's making sense. So let's just, let's go right there. So I'm just going to take the arrow off so it'll stay there. And then I'm going to come to my layer 3 and do my drawing. Now here's what's kind of fun. On these, if I want to pick up this pink, all I need to do is hit that button and come and pick up that pink layer. And now I've got it. I can just go ahead and color. And I'm literally coloring over the top of the picture layer. you really can't tell right now, but here's when you can tell. After I've colored in a bunch of it, I might want to see how I'm doing. Well, if I come in here and turn off my picture for a minute, I can now see what I've drawn. And of course, I've only drawn a little scribble there of color, so it's really not looking like a rose just yet. So I would have to keep going for a while and just fill in these colors. So, for example, this is not by any stretch of the imagination a quick, well, this is a very quick outline or rough of what I'm doing. And let's pick up a pink color. So I might just go in and get an outline of where those colors are. Or I can go in and be very detailed and really pay attention. But I'm only focusing on this side and not worrying about this one. And now when I go back and remove that, I can start to see that those roses are starting to come out. And then as I get this to the time of completion where I'm actually coming in and really, you know, cleaning up these details, then I can come in tight and close. This is the beauty of Procreate, and then just shrink it back down and see if I like what I see. And I can look at my overall picture. And then once I've got my pattern finished, I can save that pattern and make my earrings. So it's super fun. And then there's one other one I did, just as another example. I really didn't want to pull graphics off the internet, but I thought a flag probably is fairly safe. So I pulled a flag graphic off of the internet, and that's my layer 2. And again, if I take it away, I just have my pattern, but I put the flag in. And of course, this time I didn't add a second layer, but if I take this one away, you can see they did have some words here, and you can see my scribbles over it because I just had to kind of decide, is that bead going to be a white bead or a green bead? And I wasn't trying to get as detailed as having letters. So if you can see when you come in close here, I just went through and I made my decisions and cleaned up and made what I think is going to be a really, really cute pair of earrings that have the Brazilian flag on them, which is just something fun for me. So that's something you can do as well. So you can come in and do something asymmetrical like this, or you can keep it symmetrical. A couple other design ideas. I have one, I call it an ombre, where I just faded in my colors into light to deep. This one thin line of yellow through here is actually, in my mind, is a shimmery gold. So it'll come light to dark and then a shimmery gold, and then dark back to light and light back to the dark. Another little layer of the shimmery gold, and then a finish. So I think that turned out really pretty and very closer to traditional looking for the fringe Native American style earrings. So you can just, here's another, I did the American flag as well with an asymmetrical style. You can just go crazy. You can develop as many designs as you want because you can just do it over and over. Now if you're not technical, what you can do also when you get these patterns, you also get a PDF that you can just print out from your printer, and you can color to your heart's content with colored pencils, ink pens, whatever you want. So you do have options here, but I really did design this to be really fun and easy to use your program for, and to be able to come in and just color to your heart's content. If you decide you don't like something, you can color right over the top of it. You can change colors and have palettes full of color and just go crazy with different things that you can do. And you can come in and color one by one, or you can do what I do and kind of rough it in first and then clean it up. All up to you. So these are available at the craftcuriosity.com website. I really hope you'll take advantage of this and go get these and enjoy them, and I can't wait to see your designs. So I look forward to seeing what you do. Thank you very much.